Have we got any English in?
Newcastle.
Newcastle. How do you feel about the independence referendum?
I think we should get our own independence.
You think Newcastle should go independent as well? We're just taking a big saw in the UK. It's a big question. Will Scotland, will we keep the royal family as the head of state? I reckon we could get our own royal family. Just a royal family that makes some money. You know, we could have it like a lottery. You buy a ticket. Everybody, the whole nation is entered into a draw, and you can win the chance to be the Scottish royal family. It'd be great. Just pull it. It doesn't matter where you're from or your background. Now we go. The king is Eddie McCabe from 22/4 Seamill View. 22/4. Does that mean the king's living in a flat? He won it. There he is. Royalists outside his flat looking up, seeing if they can catch a glimpse of the king. There he is. 1922 and 22. Is that him? His curtains are open. Here he's in. He's in. No, I heard they went to Hermoz Caravan for the weekend. We like the English. It's only small frustrations, and it probably comes from ourselves. But the accent, it does get frustrating when you travel. I was in a lift before. This was actually in Australia, so it's not really an English thing. I get in a... but it's just the Scottish accent. I was in a lift, and a guy had a carton of Ribena. Right, I don't mind revealing that side of myself on stage. And the guy felt the need to comment on it, and I almost ended up fighting with the guy. I was drinking Ribena. I'm not an aggressive person. It's just small talk becomes difficult when you've got a Scottish accent. He commented, he said, "Oh, Ribena," and I said, "Party time." Right? Well, that way you say something that you would never have said if you knew you were going to have to repeat it about 4 times. He said, "What?" And I said, "Oh, party time." And he's going, "Perry Tom?" And you start feeling your blood boiling. I'm saying, "Party time," like Ribena. A wee joke. It's Ribena. It's clearly not fucking party time. That was my wee small talk joke. Just smile, mate. It's party time. Smacking the side of his head with a carton of strawberry Ribena. The lift opens. Somebody thinks it's blood everywhere. Just party time. But if we go independent, it will no longer be an accent. It will be a language. Tourists visiting here, they'll just need to learn a bit. You know, every group of guys, like stag do's coming up for England, there's always a guy who tries to speak a bit of the local lingo. You know, the dos cervezas guy, the una mesa para cuatro guy. That guy. That's what will happen. The guy that sits in the front seat of the taxi, talking, "Trev, you speak Scottish, you say," I'll talk to him. Ask him where's good to go tonight for a few drinks. The boys are wanting to get out the nut tonight. Where would you recommend for a few swellies, my man? You're probably better just sticking to Sauchiehall Street. Your Scottish is brilliant, pal. Ask him if it's safe. Sauchiehall Street, is that now a wee bit dodgy? Is it now full of wee bams? We don't want to end up getting our jaws took off. Well, I wonder what Trev's saying. His Scottish is brilliant. I wonder what he's saying. I wonder if he's taking the piss out of us. Sorry about these tadgers, mate. They've been dying my head in all day. The driver, dropping them off and socket. There you go, pal. That'll be 15 smackaroonies. I bought these discs. You put them on your iPod. She teaches you a bit of Spanish, the voice. I can now say things in Spanish that Spanish people can say in English. That's the level I'm at. I've got the tourist stuff. Everywhere you go as a tourist, people speak English. But when you've got a Scottish accent, that's very little help. I've run holidays and I've had people translate for me into English. And you walk into a pub and say, "Are you still serving food?" "Ke?" "Oh, he asked you, are you still serving food?" "Ah, si. You get that shit? I was in America. I done a gig in America, in New York, and after the gig, a guy said to me, hey, buddy, are you actually Scottish? And I said, yes. And he said, man, your English is really good. I got these discs. Best I've got una mesa para quattro, por favor. I've got tourist stuff. Kind of nailed. Tourist stuff you need on holiday. Like, that means a table for four, please. She says it a few times. She says, una mesa para cuatro, por favor. A table for four, please. And she leaves a beat and goes again, in case you're a moron. Una mesa para cuatro, por favor. A table for four, please. And she says it 3 and 4 times, and you start drifting off and just imagining how many people have been found dead listening to these discs. A suicide note wrote in broken Spanish. It all got too muchas. Una mesa para cuatro, por favor. A table for four. And that's crucial knowledge, because I know that when me and 3 associates, when we walk in to a restaurant in Spain, I can tell the head waiter is looking at us and thinking, well, I wonder what these guys want. Fortunately, I'm on hand to defuse the situation. I have been thoroughly briefed. I step forward and say, una mesa para cuatro, por favor. And we get sat at the table for 4. Guy brings the menus in Spanish, and I crumble. Everybody else is losing their minds, going, what the what's a hamburgeresa? Big summer of sport we did have. We had the Olympics. Don't know if you enjoyed that, the Olympics. Yeah. Somebody booing the Olympics. I fucking hated it. I hate PE. Fucking booing. I enjoyed it. Usain Bolt, that's a great name. And it sounds, you can make his name sound quite confrontational. Usain Bolt. That's his middle name. A tut. Usain Bolt. The Olympics, I enjoyed the Olympics and the Paralympics. I enjoyed the whole thing. I thought it was pretty good. See, the prefix para, it means parallel. That's why they call it the Paralympics. Parallel. It runs parallel with the actual Olympics. See, para to me and people my age, I've always associated that with paranoia. Right? If you describe somebody as being a bit para, it means they've just had too many good weekends. And their brain has just said, fuck this, I'm out of here. You can do the rest yourself. I'm just going to... No, guys you see in house parties about 8 in the morning, long after the party's finished, just sitting on the couch, wearing somebody's mum's dress. Both their eyebrows missing. That's somebody you would say, he looks a bit para. So I laughed this year. I seen Paralympics. So how fucking good would that be? An athletics event for acid casualties. I'd go to that. Just a thought I had. The Paralympics. See some guy shattering the 100-metre record because he thought the police were chasing him. Commentator, and what made this even more special was he completed the entire race with his head over his left shoulder. Whilst frantically emptying his pockets onto the track. He could have a false start at the Paralympics. The fucking voice in my head said go. The diving, some guy up the top at a diving board, just refusing to jump. No chance, that's the fucking shallow end. How about you, big guy? Do you play any sports? Guy with the biceps there? Yeah. Olympics get you inspired now? Get involved? Yeah. You play sports. What do you play? Anything you want to play, right? I'm not seeing if you're coming out. I'm just asking. I'm not at your fucking door with a ball under my arm. It's not the summer holidays. We're not 10. I'm just asking, do you play? I'm kind of busy now for a game of Kirby. I'm just asking. Anything you want to play, that's pushing then. We'll just play the computer. What's that in? Do you play computer games? No, you don't play. I gave up on them. I played COD. That's what my wee cousin said. Oh, you need to get COD. Call of Duty. I'll explain that to anybody over 40. It's the biggest selling computer game of all time. It's Call of Duty. The kids call it COD. I'll just explain that in case you ever get invited over for a game of COD and you show up with the wrong fucking stuff. Walk into your nephew's living room, start fucking slapping people. Bet you never thought Uncle Eddie could play COD, boys, eh? I was Old West of Scotland semi-finalist in the 80s at COD. Fucking love it. Still got it. After I still play smoked haddock. Same rules, different fish. That is fucking minging Uncle Eddie. Sorry about him, boys, he's a fucking fanny. I was always the PlayStation generation growing up. I was always terrified. You play COD these days, it's too real. It's a war game. You control this guy in a war zone. It's high definition graphics, there's a storyline. See, I'm used to the old days. You played a computer game and your guy would die. So you would just go back to the start and then try again. And it was fun. These games, Call of Duty, your guy dies. You're fucking stunned. Like, wow, I better go and buy a poppy. You start to feel guilt. I better go and lay a wreath for this guy. Picture myself standing there. People saying, oh, who did you know? Oh, I knew a guy called Player One. The window cleaner came to my door for his money and I forgot to press pause. So you don't play much sport then, big guy? What's your name? Chris. Your name's Chris. Good man, Chris. I was always petrified of playing sport. When I was young, school, I blame the managers. That's the problem with youth development and football in this country. Go to your local playing fields on a Saturday morning and watch these guys who manage under 10s. Go if you've got a relative involved, otherwise it can look a bit dubious if you just sort of show up every week. I watch these guys. The guys they've got their initials stitched onto their tracksuit on the touchline. They've got an earpiece in so they can communicate to their assistant manager. He's sitting up in a fucking tree. They've got a pair of Adidas Sambas on, football socks pulled up, pair of nice tight shorts, nice 80s style. They're just screaming abuse. That's what put me on. Terrifying. These guys just going, Jamie, come inside. Just screaming, demoralising abuse at 9-year-olds. Come inside, son. Jamie, none of that fancy stuff. Ah, fuck you, Jamie. That's why your mum's an alky, you wee prick. I know, George, but it's every fucking Saturday.